Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back once again to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name's Mark Love, and I'm filling in for Katie today. She normally does the Monday videos. And today I'm going to be walking you around a 2025 EKKO. This is the 22A floor plan. We have so many EKKOs. We've done so many videos. There's, a handful of options. This one's kind of unique in that it doesn't have the batwing awning and a lot of the outside entertainment or the extra lithium. It's a stripped down version, but it does have the pop top, and that's what I wanted to show you today. So for starters, the 22A is built on the Ford Transit chassis. It's got the 3.5 V6 EcoBoost, which is, 400 foot-pounds of torque, and slips my mind, 318 or 325 horsepower. Anyway, the 3.5 EcoBoost is a beast of an engine, and on a vehicle this light, it would be my choice if I'm towing something. I actually have a boat about 1900 pounds with trailer. I tow it behind, I've got an older Class C on a V10 Ford, and the Ford engine pulls it quite well. But when I compare this to the Sprinter version of the EKKO, if you're gonna be towing something, you wanna be on the Ford. It's gonna pull better in the mountains, give you more torque than what you're gonna get on that Mercedes. So with that in mind, let's just take a quick look at the engine. Like I say, this is the V6 Ford EcoBoost. You can see everything's easy to access: oil, dipstick, coolant, brake fluid, windshield wiper fluid. And they've made this engine for, quite a while, over a decade or 15 years. And it really is a great engine as far as the power it develops compared to the fuel mileage. Big improvement over that V10 or even the V8 Godzilla. This is a better motor for these type of chassis. And again, this is an all-wheel drive with a 10-speed Ford transmission with overdrive. So it's a beast. You can trust it to get you to where you want to go. As we walk down the driver's side, first let's get a shot of the awning. We have a 13-foot awning, LED lights on the outside, and this is actually the sage or the Verdace color, I believe they call it. As we move down this side, there we go. So this first compartment, you can see we've got pretty good storage. There is an option on the 22A to get a pull-out kitchen that would have a propane grill and a sink in it, and kind of a nice feature if you like to cook outside. Also, you can see over here, we've got our this is our fresh water drain, easy to access, and we have a outside shower access right here. Okay, we do have a cable input and a 12-volt right there, a couple of 110 outlets. And then here we have something kind of unique to the EKKOs. Their propane is two 20-pound propane bottles, basically what you have on your home grill. So it's very easy to carry an extra bottle or go swap one of these out if you run out of propane. I like this setup. Another thing that they do give you right here is a quick connect. So if you've got an outside grill, it's easy to bring it out here, roll out your awning, sit out here in the shade and do your cooking. Okay, and then Truma AquaGo. This is a tankless water heater. Basically, a couple of people can shower back to back without running out of hot water. You do have 50 gallons of fresh water on this. It's a 51-gallon gray tank, and then of course the 5-gallon canister toilet we'll show you on the other side. Here we go. Now this is sort of what makes the EKKOs unique, this storage garage. A lot of great features about it. If you have mountain bikes, you can get them inside. You do have tracks to tie down to on both sides of the bottom, both sides of the top also. Lights on both sides. You have, again, 12 volt and 110 over here. They give you a nice luggage rack or, tie down rack right there. One of the really unique features about the EKKOs, they really are made as a true all-weather coach. Right over here you can see we've got a heat port, and it's adjustable, so if there's some reason I have to keep this compartment warm, I can open it up. Otherwise, if I'm skiing and I just have my skis back here, sleeping in the parking lot at the resort, I'm going to shut off all the heat here and force it inside. And there are a lot of people that do this. This is one of the more popular products among the skiers with these smaller vehicles. Another thing, you get your 30 amp shore cord. They do give you a sewer hose. Here's that outside sprayer. Of course, you get a little water hose here. And then this tray here actually lifts up. So it's kind of nice. If you put a dirty mountain bike in there and get mud all over, you can just pull that out, shake it off, and clean it up very easily. Okay, underneath we do have our 2-inch receiver here and our 7-way plug. This is rated to pull 5,000 pounds, 500 pounds of pin weight there. As we move around the driver's side, again, we have access to our rear compartment from 3 sides and the nice tie-down rack here on the door. There we go. This is our water compartment. Now, Winnebago uses this Nautilus system in a lot of their products. You'll see it in the Solus, in the Revel, in the EKKOs. Very easy to understand. Again, you can hook up your outside shower here. Tells you what position to put your valves if you're going to winterize it yourself. City water hookup, so you can bring the hose up from underneath if you're at a KOA or something like that. And again, fresh tank drain, low point drains, gray tank dump valve right there. Everything's labeled, easy to understand. And then you even have a gravity fill for your water up here. And again, if you notice, here's another one of these heat ports. Now, for the most part, if I'm camping with this in the winter, I've got this winterized and I'm not worried about keeping this warm, but maybe you're out in late fall and it's dropping down into the 20s and you want to keep some heat in here because you still have water in your tanks. It gives you the ability to determine where that heat's going to go. Okay, this is our 30 amp shore cord. We do have another solar port. So there's an input there if you have a portable solar panel. There's the exhaust for our furnace. And this is our 5-gallon canister toilet. Now the nice thing about this, once it's full, it might get a little heavy. You can, roll it around with the handle. You can get spare ones of these. They are a standard Thetford 5-gallon tank, so you could carry an auxiliary one if you want to, and they go in and out real easy. If you're camping, you can go to an outhouse and dump these, or just about anywhere you can dump sewer. You don't have to be at an RV drain, and that's one of the beauties of it. Okay, down here, let's see, we have our generator and batteries. So we got the generator running so the air conditioner can be on inside. It's a 2.8 kilowatt gas generator that runs off the fuel tank, and it is CARB compliant. Basically what that means, it's legal to use it in California. They have some different regulations there. And then over on this side you can see we've got the single 320 amp hour lithium battery. This is also a pump there for our drain system. One of the options from Winnebago, I can get, basically it's a single 640 amp hour battery. It's double this capacity. But if you do that through Winnebago, it eliminates the generator. I don't know if it's a weight issue or what it is exactly, but a lot of people want maximum lithium battery and a generator. There is a company here that we can send it to that'll install that extra 320 battery, so you can have the best of both worlds. Okay, that won't be quite so loud when we step inside. And then right here in the cab, our fuel fill. And it is a very comfortable cab. I'll talk about that a little bit more when we get inside. 23 feet long, 10 feet 6 inches at the top of the air conditioner, and you're 7 feet 3 inches wide. The interior height is also 80 inches, so unless you're real tall, there is plenty of room. Okay, let me show you what we've got here. So kind of tight in here, and we'll do the best we can. I want to start up front, and this lagoon table, which slides in and travels right here very conveniently, kind of nice. Now, first of all, you notice I've got the seat spun around. Both seats will pivot, and they provide you these little cushions, so kind of boost you up a little bit so your knees aren't up in your chin. You can see if you've got a laptop, or 3 or 4 people in here eating dinner, you've got tables for everybody. Another thing about this, you can put it here and actually lift it up to this level, so if you want like a countertop extension, it works great for that. Very versatile table. Again, the driver's seat spins around, and then here these seats have the 3-point seat belt. So if you've got kids that are in car seats, these are kind of nice. They're actually roomy enough for a couple of adults to sit here. So let's go ahead and put that down. There we go. And while we're here, I'm just gonna step into the dash, talk about this a little bit. And again, we're on a Ford Transit chassis. Telling me my hood's ajar. I didn't close it all the way. So we've got the 9-inch or almost 10-inch screen here. The Ford package does include, boy, that's gonna keep going until I shut my door. So I'll shut that off, see if I can just get the accessories. Anyway, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, AM, FM radio. You do have the option for Sirius here, and you can Bluetooth in your phone. There's your Android Auto and so forth, and use your phone's navigation. It does have navigation built in here. And then over here at your fingertips, what we've got, okay. So this has lane assist, blind spot monitoring, active brake control, and emergency braking. All of these can be adjusted right up here. Here is our cruise control. We can scroll through the dash here on the left side. Keep your hand forward. Over here, I can scroll through. There we go. Oh, that is controlling that one. And this will give me, there's my menu. Okay. Configure your views, reset your values, your triptych. The nice thing about this is once you get used to it, know where everything is, it's right here at your fingertips. Windshield wipers here, lane assist and so forth right here. Again, a 10-speed transmission with overdrive, the 10-inch monitor here. Very comfortable to drive these. You can go a long ways without getting tired. And even if you're over 6 foot, 6'2", 6'4", this seat is comfortable enough and goes back far enough that you can drive it comfortably. You don't feel cramped in here. Okay, now let's take a look at the overhead. Got a little storage here, and you see this one does come with a Blu-ray player. It's part of the entertainment package, one of the options that we put in this one. You can see underneath here, we've got a lot of cubbies for storing whatever you store. I guess people don't use paper maps anymore, but you have a place there if you did. Over on, let me see, we've got our LED light. Another storage compartment over here. And then up here, we've got our owner's manuals. And this is a blanket that goes, it's very heavily quilted, but this snaps along here. So you can see your TV, it seals off the cab, and like I say, if you're going to be sleeping in the parking lot of a ski resort in the winter, you might as well concentrate all the heat to the smallest possible area. With those adjustable heat vents, with this insulated blanket, it's easy to do that, and you can see why they consider this a true all-season coach, and you can't say that about many of them. The water lines, water tanks are all above the floor level in the heated area. So again, just a lot of great design in this to make it useful all year around. Okay, I'm gonna swing this out of the way. We've got some of our light switches here. Again, you can see the 12 volt, the USB ports throughout, and the 110 outlets. You'll find that in 3 or 4 different spots. As you come in the door, and I'll go ahead and open this, your battery disconnect, your awning switches, and so forth. And I noticed the awning shut. As we step in here, we probably rock this around enough to set off the motion sensor. So that's a nice feature. If it gets windy, that awning's going to close. Battery disconnects here, your overhead lights, and then right here, we have some of our control panels. Here is our solar charger. Now we've got 220 watts of a flexible solar panel up on this pop-top roof. Right here is our 2,000 watt inverter where we would turn it on. I've got the generator running right now, so we already have 110 power. We can check our coach batteries. House batteries a little bit low, I notice. Tank levels right here. Turn our water pump on, and again, that's our generator control. All right, then here we've got our kitchen area. Nice stainless steel sink with a pull-out sprayer. Over here next to it, we've got our 2-burner propane stove, and the Revels, for example, give you that single induction cook burner, which is great, but I much prefer to use propane. And even outside with that propane quick connect, I'm going to take my grill outside and cook a lot, but I like having the propane because I think it's easier to control the heat. Overhead, we've got a little storage area there. Microwave, not a real big one, and this one is not a convection, standard microwave. Then underneath here, little storage drawer. There's our remote controls. This one's a little bit deeper. And then we've got storage under the sink. As you can see, we've got a water filter, and that is just for your kitchen sink. And again, you can see another one of these adjustable heat ports right there. Okay, let's take a look at the, we've already looked at the seat. We've got the seat belts. We do have day-night shades here. So basically, you've got your screen that pops down from above. So if you do want to open this up, by the way, dual pane acrylic windows right here. We can open it up. Still have a screen to keep the bugs out, get a breeze coming through here. At night, when it's time to go to bed, you do have the full blackout shade there. There we go. So all your windows have this, day-night shades, dual pane acrylic windows. Okay, we'll move back a little bit more, and here is some storage area. These are adjustable shelves that you can put anywhere you want them. One of the real unique things about the EKKO is the bathroom, and I'll just let you get a shot of that. And as you can see, we do have a little cabinet up there, and then when it's time to take a shower, this wall pulls over. There's a snap up there to hold it in place. You got your shower curtain here, and you can see how much room you have. For a tiny bathroom, this really has a pretty sizable shower. Compared to your the B vans, which are all going to be a wet bath, this gives you a lot more room, and it's just a great use of space the way they've designed that movable wall. Okay, and then across from the bathroom, we have our 5.7 cubic foot refrigerator freezer. Not a real big one, but for a small unit compared to your van style, much bigger than the counter shape or counter size one. Okay, and here's one of the uniqueness. We're going to talk about the pop top right now. Now the ladder I've already got put together, but this it does come apart right here, so you can store this a lot easier when you're traveling. But I'm just going to let Jody, you know, poke his head up there a little bit and show you how much room you've got. Excuse me. So plenty of room for 2 adults up there. Actually, it's a pretty roomy sleeper. And I have talked to people that use that when the weather's good. It's a nice place. You can zip those screens down and get a little airflow through there. I guess we've got enough room. We can step into the bedroom now. Okay, so the twin single beds are a great setup. It's easier to get in and out from the middle, but if you do want a queen bed, you've got that cushion that fills in, so you can make a full queen here. Got storage on both sides. Nice reading lights. Again, 110, 12 volt USBs, and you can drop it down here if you're charging your phone overnight. Fantastic fan here with the vent cover on the roof. Again, acrylic dual pane windows on both sides, and this is kind of a unique feature. When you shut this window, I've got the option to shut it with a little crack open. Now, if I've got a dog in here and I'm going out for a while, maybe I want to leave the vent on and leave these cracked and get some air in there for them. And then when it's time to travel, you just pull it tight and it makes it weather tight. So all of your windows have that feature, kind of unique. Now, under our bed, and again, we've got the flex bed system that Winnebago uses on a lot of their products. You can see it does lift up, but the drawer pulls out also. And over here, we've got a place if you want to hang some clothes. It's got a bar in there. Otherwise, just a little storage area, a little more storage down below there. And you've basically got the same thing on both sides. You can access in here. You can see the cushion for the driver's seat, and that cubby hole down there, that's where your water pump is when it's time to winterize it. Easy to access. And again, you've got one of these pull-out drawers over on this side. For your information, right here at the foot of this bed, there is a backer in here. So if you want to mount a TV, it's made for it. You have a cable input right there, antenna input, and 110 access right there. So it's common to mount a TV here. We do that on quite a few of them. So once again, we are in a 2025, this is a Winnebago EKKO 22A, really one of the hot products in the last couple of years. All-wheel drive, great in the winter, great fuel mileage, and it's a small package. At 23 feet, you can get it into every campground. It's not too tall, but like I said, with 80-inch interiors, you've got enough room inside to be comfortable. So once again, my name's Mark Love. Please reach out to me if you have any questions on this or any models that we have. And like always, folks, drive careful. Summertime's here. Happy trails, and I will see you next week.